So I missed a week last week, outside of my control. I had to do my duty to the country. Was calling for jury duty, so I was not able to. My day was kind of long and crazy, and even though I wasn't called for a jury pool, I had to serve, at least turn up and show my face, because if not, there are some major penalties. So for that simple reason, I wasn't around last week. But back in the place again, man. Yes, indeed. So I always make mention of the fact that life is a roller coaster. Yeah, man. Roller coaster, the Netflix series called Life. Yes, indeed. So I start off today on a cheery note. Bona fide brethren, William Anthony Ferran, WAF, celebrate his birthday today, the 11th of October. Enough respect, my brother. We trod the trod, we walk the walk, we talk the talk. We have remained good bona fide brethren from youth. Our friendship solidified as we went into tertiary education. And ever since, we hold tight, and the love and respect is there for always. Ever binding, my brother. There's another youth who we grew up with, Richard Beckford, and a little struggle right now, but positive vibes to my brother. We'll celebrate his birthday in a few days. And as we talk about the roller coaster, life's journey indeed. So I will mention this man's name to kind of give you a backdrop as to where I was mentally, like in my second year of tertiary education. This man called Roy Harris. We affectionately know him as Nigerian, because it was one of the first youths I can remember when I was in high school who was Afrocentric in his thinking, who brought to us the awareness about his ancestry, the strength and power of the Maroons in Moortown and in Jamaica in general, the Harris family. He had a cousin by the name of York when I were in the same grade throughout school. So G-Ryan was one of them man who bring to the fore. First man, I say we're dashiki and them thing, and kind of embrace him roots and him culture, him music and him food, and him art in particular. Yeah, man. That man could just paint and draw from him head, just raw talent. And he passed. He died a few days ago. And I think he was buried either yesterday or today. So, condolences to the family, to the Harris family. He's a man who we grew up with, and have very fond memories of him. Very jovial, but strong. Yeah, man. An artist to the core. Nigerian. So I say that to say this. In my second year at UTech, because it was then, we started doing a lot of community work. And if when you come out of the countryside, you feel like you came out of poverty. You come in the city and you realize, whoa. Your parents never really remember to tell us you're poor still, you know. But trust me, when you go up in some place in a Kingston there, and you see how some youth live, even close to the campus, the esteemed campuses of University of Technology, KAS as it was, and the University of the West Indies. And you see in the neighboring communities how people used to live. And this trouble and the strife that them go through their daily life. And you realize that, yes, indeed, you were in fact privileged. Because it was there that I started to embrace my Afrocentric thoughts, my principles, my values, as it relates to who I am as a human being on this face of this earth. So I started to do some work with the Umoja movement on campus. We had a adult education center, we had a youth training center. And it's from that I built the vibe, the feel about giving back to community. Because you come to realize that as much as, sorry, as much as you thought that your life was, you know, you never really think about poverty as such, but you know, say you never really depend on 2 shillings as such. You come to realize, say, every time, and it's from then you come to put the life in perspective and realize, say, you know what? The old adage that a man without shoes, when him see a man without feet, you realize how privileged he is. And that is when you start put your life in reference. So the friendships that we started to build were built on a different level now. It wasn't just frivolous chasing after the soccer ball around the field or playing table tennis. It was more about doing serious things in community. And it's from there start to understand that yes, somehow we must figure out a way how we can give back to community without it being too burdensome. Because remember now as a youth, you still have to you still have to study. You still have to figure out how the next meal coming because the student loan and the boarding grant and so on. By the time it comes, it's done. Because a monkey money really can't really last no time, but you have to juggle that. So between the rent and the food and you never buy no clothes more or so. And you have to buy books and all that. But you have to always remember that as much as you never have any, you have people who have less than any. So that is what fermented my time, my second year in school. And it was at that time then you start to realize that your friendships start to build with people outside of your normal comfort zone. So you start to deal with people who come from a different, so to speak, strata in a society, people who look at life from a different perspective, a different take on things. But at the same time, you're learning. You're learning how to adapt. You're learning that you come from a little place, a small town, or there are bigger things around you that you have to embrace. So the learning process outside of the educational stuff is constantly moving, constantly churning, constantly building you into what will eventually become a man. And you have to deal with certain real responsibilities as a human being. So college campus life, with all the frivolities, with all the partying, with all the this and the that. I mean, take up karate, start to all the track and field, but the first real race me run on the cramp up like there was no tomorrow, you know, and to this day, still struggle with the cramping thing. Run 100 meters, I don't know where it coming at me. Dennis Johnson was like a campus supervisor, the hall supervisor at the time. Set up some race road on the back part of the campus there. Take it down by my say, boy, I'm a sprinter, you know, and whoa. By the time I reach about 90 meters, you know. Trust me, man. Cramp up, bad. Them times, you know, no gator here, you know, no power here, you know, no electrolyte, but straight water. And I man, them laugh to scan to this day, the man, them still mountain. That virgin who know me from them time, to this day, the man, them take it up on them, to mountain. So I never really get too far in the track and field thing. I was always an active youth, and many of the friends around me would always embrace other aspects of them life outside of just coming from them own little space. So every now and then when I go back a party and a man knows say that town, you know what I mean? And you sit down with the virgin of your reason, because you maintain your connection with the little central family. You maintain your connection with the Porty family. Because at the end of the day, your spirit's still there, Porty. No matter what, no matter where you go, no matter where you come, your spirit's still there, Porty. Yeah, man. So from your land, the Harbour Street, West Street, William Street, Foreshore Road, East Palm Avenue, West Palm Avenue, Prospect, Janga Gully. Yeah, man. Somerstone Road. No matter where you go and you come back a Porty, somehow it brings a balance. And in my next segment, we're going to talk about how living in the country, going away and coming back, you cannot even put in words the kind of balance that it brings to your spirit. So as you see the hummingbird in the background, they are trying to find some nectar and move on to the next flower to find some nectar. It's us as youths moving on from point to point to figure out how we can cement the relationships we have between friends, family, and community. And as much as you know that I really don't celebrate anything in particular, this month there's no celebration, so to speak. Indeed, there is no celebration. So this month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, the month of October. So for all those sisters out there and mothers and daughters and nieces and aunts, there may be a few men who have struggled with breast cancer, but the numbers are few. But a woman's life is burdensome from birth until death, and invariably they outlive us as men. But they have set aside October as Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So for all the brothers out there who have their wives and their girlfriends and their daughters and their nieces and their aunts, just remember, my brother, that the struggle no one-sided. The struggle not two-sided. The struggle is all-encompassing. Everybody go through the struggles, but in particular, this month, they are dealing with breast cancer awareness, where it is brought to the fore for us as human beings to be much more aware of the trials and tribulation that women have to go through in order to make our lives contented. And as I always say, walk good, do no harm. Yeah, man, take it easy.